Hello everybody and welcome to Amazing Car Switzerland. It has finally cooled down a bit here in Switzerland and today I'm reviewing the new Audi Q8. This beautiful car here in a color called Orca Black Metallic is what we're taking on today. And I think I'm just gonna go for a ride with this car first before showing you a bit more of the exterior and the interior details. So let's go. Alright, this is it, the new Q8, Audi's new four-door sports coupe. This specific car has a 3-liter V6 with 286 horsepower. It's a diesel and we have 600 Newton meters of torque thanks to its diesel. And while driving the first meters here, I can honestly say that this car feels very nice. It feels very expensive. So the car weighs 2.2 tons with me in it, which helps the car to accelerate from 0 to 100 in 6.3 seconds. So some people say it's a mix between an SUV and a four-door sports coupe, and it looks like a sporty version of the Q7, and it actually has a more sporty suspension setup than the Q7. But besides that, it's completely new and it's a completely different car. The car has a very cool road presence with the headlights. We have the LED lights as a standard, and you can have the HD matrix lights as an upgrade if you wish to. Now a few things to the interior. We have the S-Line here, so we have a leather steering wheel and we also have the super comfortable seats. And Audi has given the virtual cockpit as a standard as well, which is very cool. And here in the center console is very futuristic. There aren't any buttons at all, so basically everything is on screens now. We have a top screen and a bottom screen. The bottom screen is more for air conditioning and cooling and things like that, and the top screen is for driving modes and the entire infotainment system. But you can also navigate through the infotainment system just with your virtual cockpit, as we know from Audi. We're driving in efficiency right now, but I think it's time to head into dynamic. We have off-road, all-road, efficiency, comfort, auto, dynamic and individual modes, which are quite a few. But the coolest for me personally is that from off-road to dynamic, the car changes its suspension to 90 millimeters. So this helps the car to get way more agile, and you really instantly feel how the steering gets harder in dynamic and the turns are getting way cooler to drive. So we of course have the autonomous driving as with all new Audis as well, which is really cool, and I do enjoy this a lot with the S3 as well. We have pedals here, we have an 8-speed Tiptronic transmission. And we're now in dynamic mode. I'm just gonna go into second gear for now and give it a little bit of a go. And 286 horsepower is good. It definitely isn't too much, but it's nice for an all-day driving. And let's be honest, in Switzerland we can't push the car to its limits anyway, so I think this really suits the car. Maybe a few things I noticed whilst driving now with the screens here. I do like the design of the screens, it's very futuristic, but I can only imagine it to be quite hard to focus on the street and on these displays at the same time, because if I'm trying to tip a few things here, it's very hard because you easily focus on the screens and not on the road anymore. But that's just something minor. Audi used quite a few of these gloss materials, which is susceptible for fingerprints unfortunately, but it looks very nice. But you really have to clean it because the dust gets on it very quick. Now driving in dynamic, taking a few corners here is very cool. The car is very agile, and even if I'm taking the corners a little bit quicker, you can feel that the center of the car is lower with the suspension, and it's way more fun driving. I'm in third gear now, taking this corner a little bit quicker, and the car is really on the street. Good amount of grip here. Very nice. Alright, so we're going to stop here real quick because there are a few interior and exterior details I really want to show you, because they are really cool, and some of them are even the first to be seen in the car industry. Now another cool thing whilst making these turns here is the four-wheel steering, because this car has a turning circle like an A3, but still being a huge car, which is a huge improvement and is really good for an all-day driving in cities and everywhere, because these turning circles are really cool. Alright, now bringing you along the exterior of the new Audi Q8, starting off with the new 8-sided grille, which premieres here on the Q8. And then of course these beautiful headlights here, they always have a light show in the front and in the back whilst closing the car. We then have the 21-inch rims here on this Audi Q8, and of course we have a lower bonnet than the Q7. The car is shorter than the Q7 and it got wider here on the side. It's 2 meters 10 centimeters wide, so it is really wide and has a super good road presence. Now let me show you something really cool about the new Q8. We have frameless doors, which is very unusual for a car in this size, but I really like it. Now as the sun is out, we are able to see the beautiful color on this car, these beautiful metallic flakes here. I much prefer this color to the launch color, but of course they have to launch the car in a bright color. Now heading to the back of the new Q8, we have this beautiful light bar here in the back, as I said, with a beautiful light show every time you open and close the car, and of course these ones here in the back. I don't really understand the trend of Audi and also Mercedes doing this with this plastic fake exhaust here. They're fake, there is nothing in here, and I really don't understand this trend, but it is how it is. Besides this little parts here in the back, the car looks very cool. We have a roof spoiler here on top as well to give it a bit of a more sporty look. The trunk volume of the car is quite big. We actually have 600 liters of trunk space here, and another cool thing is that you're able to push the rear seats forward, which helps you to get 60 liters more volume of luggage space. Now showing you a few things from the inside of the new Audi Q8, because I do love these few things. And first of all, the vent system here on top is straight through. Then the screens are, of course, they are touch, but you always have to give it a bit of a pressure and it makes this sound. So touching anything on the display always gives a bit of a reaction, so you can't just easily press. If you're driving and just pushing somewhere, it won't work. You have to push a little bit, but it's still very gentle, and then it works. But that's something cool, and I do like this as well. Now another really cool thing about the new infotainment system here is, for example, the cameras. The car has a huge amount of crazy cameras. So if we press this button here, we of course have the 360-degree camera, and then we can press this button and then we have camera views from all over the car. We can press the front, the back, or the sides, for example, if you want to park next to a sidewalk. So you can press all these different settings, which is really cool. And now the coolest thing is the 3D mode. So you can actually see your car in 3D, and you can take the camera and turn it around your car. And now my turning circle is going to the left. Let me just start up the car real quick. So if I turn it to the right, we can see in the 3D camera how the wheels turn, and the same for the back. If I press the brakes, we can see it on the 3D picture here, how I'm pressing the brakes. Like, how cool is this? Now the rest of the center console, of course, we have the charging here with the iPhones, the connectless charging, leather materials. Everything is very expensive. B&O sound system. And now taking you along to the back seats. The space here in the back is incredible. We have lots of space, lots of leg room here. We have a good amount of space everywhere. The height is very nice. Of course, we have Alcantara materials used here in the back as well. And with the big panorama roof, you're able to check out the views from the behind, as cool as it gets. Alright guys, and that is basically it for today's review with the Audi Q8. A price tag of 120,000 Swiss francs. In my opinion, a great car. Looking very nice. Some things which aren't my types of favor, for example the gloss materials or the plastic, but overall with the high tech, with the design, the new lights, this car is very good for an all-day driving, and I think this is the perfect type of car for someone who thinks that the Q7 is way too big and needs a bit more of an agile car. This is the perfect type. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like or a comment if you enjoyed today's review, and I'll see you soon guys.